A stunning scene unfolded live on Weverse when Taehyung delivered an unexpected birthday message to Jungkook, leaving not only fans in shock but also Jin himself in tears. The incident, which erupted in real time before millions of ARMY across the globe, has sparked intense discussion. What exactly did Taehyung say that could move Jungkook to visible emotion and bring Jin, the eldest member, to the point of breaking down? The moment began like any other birthday acknowledgement in the BTS fandom, yet it rapidly transformed into something far more profound. Jungkook, who had gone live to greet fans on his birthday, did not anticipate the sudden appearance of Taehyung's message. The words, though brief, were delivered with a weight that could not be ignored. Within seconds, Jungkook's expressions shifted, his eyes betraying an inner storm of emotion. And then, to the shock of millions watching, Jin, who had joined the broadcast to lend his support, was seen wiping tears from his face. The incident immediately raised questions. Fans were quick to analyze every word Taehyung typed, every pause that followed, and every reaction from Jungkook and Jin. ARMY, known for their meticulous observation, began circulating clips and screenshots, each one dissected with a level of intensity reserved for only the most significant moments. Why did Taehyung's birthday message carry such gravity? Why did Jin, a figure often associated with composure, allow his emotions to overflow so visibly? Observers note that Taehyung's message carried undertones of gratitude, longing, and perhaps even regret. While birthday wishes are often celebratory and lighthearted, this particular message struck with a solemnity that fans were not expecting. The timing was deliberate, and the delivery was stark. It was not a message crafted for entertainment. It was a personal declaration that slipped into public view. The emotional response it triggered in Jungkook and Jin suggests that its meaning ran far deeper than casual words exchanged between friends. Jungkook's reaction has been a focal point of discussion. The youngest member of BTS has long been known for his expressive sincerity, but this instance seemed different. His tears did not appear staged, nor were they brushed aside with laughter. Instead, he sat in silence, visibly moved, struggling to maintain composure. Fans have speculated that Taehyung's words may have touched upon private struggles, shared memories, or unspoken tensions that only the members themselves fully understand. The shock intensified when Jin, usually the source of comfort for his younger members, was unable to contain his own emotions. His tears have been interpreted in multiple ways, as empathy for Jungkook's visible struggle, as recognition of Taehyung's sincerity, or as a reflection of his own private sentiments toward both of them. Jin's tears in this context hold special significance, as he rarely allows himself to display such vulnerability in a public setting. For ARMY, his breakdown underscored the seriousness of the moment and raised the emotional stakes even higher. What was it in Taehyung's message that could trigger such a powerful chain reaction? Some fans suggest that his words may have included an acknowledgement of Jungkook's burdens as the youngest, carrying immense responsibility in the group's current chapter. Others believe it was tied to memories of their shared past, moments of struggle, or promises left unspoken. Regardless of the precise content, the undeniable fact is that Taehyung's message reached beyond surface-level celebration and into the realm of truth, exposing emotions usually kept hidden. The implications of this event extend beyond a single live broadcast. In the wider context of BTS's journey, this incident has reminded fans of the profound depth of the members' relationships. It has also reignited curiosity about what is said behind closed doors, away from the cameras and the millions of eyes that follow their every move. Fans are now left wondering, how much of what was revealed in that message connects to ongoing dynamics within the group? How many unspoken words linger beneath the surface, waiting to break through in moments like these? The absence of the other members during the broadcast only heightened the spotlight on Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jin. Their silence created a vacuum, leaving ARMY to focus intensely on the trio's interaction. Some fans speculate that this was intentional, that Taehyung wanted his words to reach Jungkook without distraction, in a setting where the emotional impact would be unmistakable. Whether coincidence or design, the result was the same, a seismic wave of speculation and emotion that spread across the fandom in minutes. The image of Jin in tears has become emblematic of the incident. As the eldest, he has often been seen as a stabilizing force, one who shoulders responsibility quietly. To see him falter publicly was a reminder that even the strongest figures carry hidden burdens. His tears seem to affirm that Taehyung's message was not just about Jungkook, but about the interconnected web of emotions shared by the members, emotions that cannot always be masked, Even in carefully curated public appearances, for Jungkook, the message seemed to unlock something long held back. His tears on his birthday, a day meant to celebrate his presence and achievements, instead revealed the weight of expectations and the power of sincerity between brothers. Fans have speculated endlessly on whether Jungkook's breakdown was tied to gratitude, to recognition of his struggles, or to something deeper. Perhaps an unspoken acknowledgement of loneliness that even global adoration cannot erase. The timing of Taehyung's message added to the dramatic impact. Delivered during a birthday broadcast, it became inseparable from the symbolic weight of the occasion. Birthdays often serve as moments of reflection, both joyful and sobering. For Taehyung to choose this exact moment suggests an intent to not only celebrate Jungkook, but also to remind him of the depth of their connection, and perhaps to assure him that he is not alone in his struggles. The aftermath has left ARMY in a state of heightened emotion. Across platforms, fans are attempting to decode the full implications of the event. Questions are being asked with relentless urgency. What did Taehyung truly mean? Why did Jungkook's tears come so quickly and with such force? Why was Jin unable to hold back his emotions? And perhaps most unsettling of all, does this moment reveal more than the members intended to show? While the answers may never be fully revealed, one truth remains: the sincerity of BTS cannot be scripted. The tears, the silence, and the raw vulnerability of the broadcast have reminded the world why their bond continues to resonate so deeply with millions. It was not the grandeur of the message that mattered, but its authenticity. In a few short moments, Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jin exposed the reality that beneath the spotlight, they remain human, fragile, emotional, and bound together by a connection that transcends fame. This incident will not be forgotten quickly. It stands as a reminder that sometimes the most profound moments occur not during choreographed performances or carefully planned events, but in unguarded exchanges where truth slips through. Taehyung's message, Jungkook's tears, and Jin's breakdown created one such moment. One that will continue to echo within ARMY. An unexpected storm unfolded live on Weverse during Jungkook's birthday broadcast, when Kim Taehyung sent a message that stunned millions of ARMY. In a matter of seconds, Jungkook's expression changed, tears welled up in his eyes, and then Jin, known for his composure as the eldest member, was visibly crying as well. The incident, brief but powerful, has left fans worldwide asking, what exactly did Taehyung say, and why did his words carry such overwhelming weight? The birthday celebration began as many fans expected, Jungkook smiling, interacting with ARMY, and acknowledging the flood of greetings that poured in. But the tone shifted dramatically when Taehyung's message appeared on screen. It was not a typical cheerful wish. Instead, it carried a sincerity that pierced through the celebratory atmosphere. Jungkook froze for a moment, his emotions breaking through as tears streamed down his face. Then, almost simultaneously, Jin was seen wiping away tears, his demeanor shaken in a way rarely witnessed. This sequence of reactions instantly fueled speculation. ARMY dissected the moment frame by frame. Taehyung's words, Jungkook's breakdown, Jin's visible struggle. What made the message so powerful? Was it tied to something private between the members? Was it an acknowledgement of burdens that Jungkook has been silently carrying? Or was it a moment where the bond between the members erupted into raw truth before millions of viewers? Jungkook's tears spoke volumes. Unlike moments in the past when his emotions were tied to exhaustion on stage or gratitude to fans, this was different. His breakdown was immediate, triggered by a single message. Fans noted the way his shoulders shook, how his voice failed him, and how silence seemed heavier than any words he could have spoken. It was the kind of vulnerability that cannot be manufactured, and it suggested that Taehyung's message struck at the core of something deeply personal. Then came Jin's tears. The eldest, often considered the pillar of strength, has rarely shown such fragility during public interactions. His tears carried a weight of their own, amplifying the gravity of the moment. For Jin to cry openly suggested not only empathy for Jungkook, but also a personal resonance with Taehyung's message. ARMY quickly began asking, did Jin see his own prayers for Jungkook reflected in those words? Did he feel the full force of the burdens his younger brothers endure, finally unable to hold back his emotions? Taehyung's choice of words has not been fully disclosed, yet the tone and timing were unmistakable. Delivered during a birthday broadcast, his message carried a solemnity unusual for such occasions. Birthdays are often lighthearted, filled with jokes, laughter, and affection. But Taehyung's words cut through that tradition. They were deliberate, heavy, and profoundly sincere. Whether they acknowledged Jungkook's struggles, expressed gratitude, or surfaced regrets, they contained a truth too powerful to ignore. The absence of the other members during this exchange added another layer of intrigue. RM, Suga, J-Hope, and Jimin were not visible or present in the moment, leaving the spotlight squarely on Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jin. Their silence magnified the weight of what unfolded. Was this a coincidence, or did Taehyung choose this moment intentionally to ensure his message reached Jungkook without interruption? The result was a concentrated emotional storm that spread across ARMY in minutes. Fans across the globe are now relentlessly asking questions. What did Taehyung truly say? Why did Jungkook break down so completely? Why did Jin, of all people, cry so openly? And what does this reveal about the dynamics and unseen struggles within BTS? The lack of clear answers only fuels the speculation, as ARMY analyzes every pause, every glance, and every word from the broadcast. Yet one truth stands above the speculation: the authenticity of the moment. This was not scripted, not a performance, and not staged for effect. The rawness of the emotions made that abundantly clear. For Jin to weep, for Jungkook to collapse into tears, and for Taehyung to speak with such piercing sincerity, these elements combined into a moment of honesty too strong to be denied. Psychologically, the exchange highlights the immense pressure carried by each member of BTS. Jungkook, as the youngest, shoulders the expectations of millions while navigating his own growth. Jin, as the eldest, feels the responsibility of watching over his younger members, often praying silently for their well-being. Taehyung, positioned between them, acts as a bridge, voicing truths that others may hesitate to say. In this broadcast, those roles collided with a force that left none of them untouched. For ARMY, the event serves as both a shock and a reminder. The tears of Jin and Jungkook, triggered by Taehyung's words, reaffirm the depth of their bond. It is not a bond sustained by flawless appearances, but by vulnerability, honesty, and the willingness to show weakness before one another. Even at the height of global fame, they remain human, fragile, empathetic, and deeply connected. The aftermath is silence, speculation, and lingering questions. Jungkook has not explained his tears. Jin has not revealed the reason behind his breakdown. Taehyung has not clarified his intent. Yet perhaps clarity is not the point. Perhaps the true meaning of this moment lies in what was felt, not in what was said. The sincerity of their emotions has already spoken louder than any explanation could. In the end, Taehyung's shocking birthday message for Jungkook and the tears it unleashed from both the youngest and the eldest will be remembered not for its precise words, but for its impact. It reminded ARMY, and perhaps the members themselves, that their connection is not unshakable because it is perfect, but because it is real.